Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Debs. Oh shit, I guess you probably already saw. Sorry, it's trigger alert. Sorry. We're gonna be talking about some heavy stuff today. And just when I think that, the world can't get more fucked up, here we are. Sometimes I even struggle to find words. Like I literally can't even. And I don't even know. From what my understanding, I think the Olympics is over. I don't follow sports. Not at all. I actually just read, oddly enough, on the canceled podcast comments about this. And then I was like, what? What? It doesn't make any sense. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. And then I Googled it and I was like, no, that is true. And actually it was far worse than even what was alluded to. So, all I can say is Netherlands, count your motherfucking days. Because what the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed of yourselves. Okay, so I'm just going to read a couple articles to kind of like talk about this. Because this is something that happens in day-to-day life, but by someone with this past having the ability to participate in the Olympics and represent an entire country really puts it into perspective on how this kind of shit happens all the time. And people don't do anything about it. And people don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, someone, if they do steroids, they can't participate in the Olympics, but if they rape a kid, that's no problem. Make it make sense. The math ain't math. Okay, anyways, I'm going to start reading here. Beach. Okay. Whew. I'm sorry. This is very... Whew. Okay, so this dude was convicted of raping a child, and he is an Olympic... part of the Olympics in France. Which, what the actual fuck? Okay, so let's go on. Beach volleyball player and convicted child rapist Steven van de Velde was heartily booed by the crowd during his first two matches at the Paris Olympic Games. Van de Velde's inclusion on the Dutch Olympic team sparked outrage ahead of the Games, with women's rights advocates and sports fans alike questioning why the admitted rapist is being allowed to compete at one of the most important sporting events in the world. Arguably the most. In 2016, Van de Velde pleaded guilty to raping a 12-year-old British girl he met online. He spent 13 months in prison, with 12 of those months in the UK and 1 month in the Netherlands, despite his lawyers lamenting at trial that Van de Velde's then burgeoning athletic career was over, as it motherfucking should be, bitch. It should have been over, but obviously it's not. Sorry. The beach volleyball player almost immediately jumped back into competing for the Netherlands. He was back playing internationally in 2017, months after being released from prison. Are you fucking... What the actual fuck? He admitted to it. 12 years old? What the fuck? The Netherlands Volleyball Federation has stood by Van de Velde amid the controversy and defended his inclusion on the Dutch Olympic team. After his release, Van de Velde sought and received professional counseling. What about the little 12-year-old girl he raped? What about her counseling? Why does he need counseling? He needs jail. That's what he needs. What about the lifetime of trauma and counseling and PTSD and all the issues that this 12-year-old girl has to suffer, and we're supposed to feel sorry for him, and because he took counseling. He has demonstrated to those around him, privately and professionally, self-insight and reflection. Oh. Okay. This is not some typical 17-year-old, which is bad as well in some countries, is illegal, whatever. I mean, age of consent differs. But please tell me a country, I mean, I could be wrong, a country that 12 years old? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, like, the age of consent around the world, but 12? 12? 12 years old? That is, I'm sorry, you're a fucking pedophile. I'm sorry. You are. I know it. Facts. Facts. And not only the fact that she was 12 years old, which is fucked up, also, it was not consensual. It was rape. So, that's such a fucked up thing that to me that makes you think there's something seriously fucking wrong with you, with your brain. And I find it hard to believe that either you haven't had, desires to do it again, or could not be, who knows, capable of doing it again. Of course, I don't know, allegations, whatever. But that is such a fucked up thing that I would say it would be wise, just to protect the public, to not put him in positions of power or like prestige or attention. Oh my god. Velde now meets all of the qualification. Oh my god. Velde now meets all of the qualification requirements. Oh really? Oh really? Oh really? For the Olympic Games, and is therefore part of the team. Something is really wrong with the world. We really need to take a step back and evaluate how the fuck is it possible for someone to run for a president when they've been convicted of crimes? How the fuck is it possible for someone to participate in the Olympics when they've been convicted of raping a 12-year-old girl? Whew. Calls to remove Velde from Olympics have been loud on social media. The crowds at both the Velde's matches so far have been similarly loud. God. Wow. You know what? On the bright side, him doing this or whatever is going to raise attention to what he did and who he is and what he looks like. And, you never know. Maybe someone will run into him into an alley. I know I'm a paralegal. It's probably, I don't know, but sometimes justice just doesn't do it, and I don't know. Justice was not served. This is disgusting. 29-year-old Olympic rookie was greeted with a handful of Handful? Bitch? Just a handful? That's it? When he first took the stand for warm-ups ahead of his first match against Italy, the jeering was louder for the more formal pre-match introduction, though there was some mixed applause from orange-clad Dutch fans. Oh my fucking god. All the other players, including Velde's volleyball partner Matthew Immers, received nothing but cheers. Velde and Immers fell to the Italian team after 3 sets. During their next match against Chile, the crowd was even harsher. Velde was booed each time he served the ball, as you motherfucking should. Us Latinas, or Latinos, Latin people. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's there. Anyways, whoever you were, thank you. I hope that every single day, every single time he leaves his house, he gets booed. I hope so. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. No. I hope every time he walks down the street, he's just constantly booed. The audacity. Like, how would you be able to, like, leave your house and walk in public? Let alone have the audacity and the balls to participate in the Olympics after that. Whew. Velde and Immers won against the Chilean team after 2 sets. Fuck. Instead of the customary applause for the winners, the crowd loudly jeered. Okay, that's great that they jeered. Of course, I was disappointed with the crowd for sure. Bitch, I'm disappointed with you. I cannot do anything about his past anymore. You know what you could do? Maybe not be a partner with someone who is convicted or admitted and convicted child rapist. Because how do you think that's going to make you look? You're by proxy, guilty by association. I'm here to play with him. Yeah, let me know how that's going to work out for you. I would not be surprised if you got blacklisted or whatever the fuck. Or just shamed. I would of course, I'm not into sports at all. I'm not an athlete. I hate sports. But if I ever was given that opportunity, I would rather say no thank you than to be a partner to someone who's a convicted and admitted child rapist. So yeah, I'm disappointed with it. Well, bitch, we're disappointed with you. Okay? But I think mentally, we're really strong. And I'm really strong to get through this together, and we're going to do that. You're really strong. You're going to get through this. Bitch, you deserve a lot more than a crowd jeering. Imagine what that poor child has to deal with for the rest of her fucking life. That's strength. That is the true strong person. You, both of you, honestly, fuck you both, are weak. Weak. Pathetic. I can't even. Immers was asked about the cold reception and said he and Velde spoke on the court and recognized they would need to be extra supportive of each other. When asked if he understood why he received that reception, he said, "I don't want to talk about that if that's okay." Hold on, oh my god, what did I do? Oh my god. Ugh. I think what's in the past is in the past, and we're here to go for a good result together, said Immers, noting that there were Dutch fans cheering for them. And I want to say that there was also a lot of people supporting us, and we're doing it for them. I really like this sport, and I still love the crowd and people who support us. Oh, really? What's in the past is in the past? Well, that's really easy for you or your partner to say. Because who was the one that was abused? That child. And what happened to that child? I don't know. But imagine being that little girl. Or, I mean, I don't know how old she is at this point, but she was a little girl when that happened. And imagine knowing or watching him play in the Olympics, knowing what he did to you, and reading this kind of shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your mother is ashamed of you. You should be... I don't even know how you can look at yourself in the mirror to say this fucking shit. Are you fucking kidding me? What's in the past is in the past? Who? This is no skin off your back. The guy did what? 13 months in prison? That's it? For admitting to rape a 12-year-old girl? That's nothing. And this poor girl has to suffer for the rest of her life and see that her abuser is in the fucking Olympics, representing a country. This is just... it's disgraceful. There's not even a word to describe what this is. Velde has been barred from speaking to reporters during Olympic Games. A Dutch Olympic team also chose to move him to alternative accommodation in Paris, so he will not reside in the athletes' village. The youngest Olympic athlete at the 2024 Games is just 11 years old. What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't know, like, in the in North America, typically when someone does that, they put them on some kind of like watch list or something. Like they flag it so like people, like neighbors, can know. And this is so fucked up. Dutch team spokesman John van Vliet said the decision not to make Van de Velde available was aimed at keeping the focus on the athletic competition. We want to talk about sports, especially him. We are very much aware that if we bring Steven out here, it won't go about his sport and his performance. Bitch, what the fuck do you think is happening right now? I'm so sorry. I'm swearing a lot, but I'm so... Ugh. We are here to create an environment for all our athletes in which they can perform well. How about you perform the fuck up out of here, bitch? Go home back. Like, just... How the fuck are you representing a country? This is disgraceful. When asked if the Dutch Olympic team was protecting a convicted child rapist, he said, "We are protecting a convicted child rapist to do his sport as best as possible and for a tournament which he qualified for." Why? The question is, why did he qualify for it? Because there's so many smaller things that people have gotten disqualified for. Like, this is insane. We are protecting a convicted child. Dutch Olympic. I can't, there's like no words. The general matter of sex conviction and sex-related crime is definitely a more important issue than sport, Van Vliet said. In his case, we've got a person who has been convicted, who did a sentence, who did everything afterwards, which he can do to be able to compete again. You shouldn't be able to compete again. That's a fucking point. That's what we're saying. Because guess what? The little girl that was abused, her sentence is for the rest of her life. For the rest of her life. That is the trauma she's going to have to bear for the rest of her life. But what? He gets to do 13-month sentence and then he gets to just pick himself back up and compete in the Olympics to represent a country? The IOC does not play a role in selecting Olympic athletes or setting regulations for who can... Well, then maybe this is time to create a conversation of there needs to be regulations of who can be in the Olympics. Hopefully this is a wake-up call. Because what the actual fuck? The International Volleyball Federation said it recognizes that this is a highly sensitive matter, but said team selection is the responsibility of the National Olympic Committee while respecting the eligibility criteria. Okay, there's a couple other articles, like, because there's bits and pieces that are kind of like different. Oh god, sorry. Oh. This is very messed up. Okay. Why is a convicted child rapist allowed to compete in the Olympic Games? Dutch beach volleyball player Steven Van de Velde, who raped British girl 12, was allowed to represent his country after assessment by Home Committee. Wow. I'm like, no, well, actually I get lost for words quite a bit, but this is a different kind of lost for words. The Dutch Olympic Committee's decision to pick child rapist Steven Van de Velde to compete for Paris 2024 has baffled and caused anger among many. But despite sexual offenses limiting your chances of working in many professions, there are no rules stating a person with criminal record cannot compete in the Olympic Games. Also, mind you, this is not, well, DUIs are bad as well, or like, I don't know, but this is like pretty much top notch of like the worst things that you can do. Like, I can't see it getting too much worse besides actually killing someone. Like, this is pretty high up there in terms of criminal activity. Of the worst things that you can do is like rape and murder, pretty much. I would say. So But this is insane. Oh god, sorry. So convicted sex offender Velde can still achieve his sporting dreams. Oh my god, sorry. My computer's giving me a hard time. Can still achieve his sporting dreams. Da, 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 da. Oh my god, what's going on with my computer? Oh my god. Should I try to read this? Okay, hold on. Sorry, technical difficulties going on right now. Maybe while this is happening, I can just take a break. A little side note and say, if you relate to this and you have experienced rape, molesting, or anything of the sort as a child, I just want you to know that you're seen, you're heard, you matter, and I believe you, and I stand with you. And so often, when it happens to you as a child, you feel scared to speak up, and oftentimes, we do speak up, and we're not believed. And the price that we pay for what happens to us lasts for the rest of our lives. And to see our abusers just live a fabulous life, just doing whatever they want, is painful. But I just want you to know that karma is real. And I hope that you can. I don't know if this happened to you recently or in the past, but it's important to document it and talk to someone about it and get whatever help that you can or that you need to help you heal and move forward. Cut off whoever you need to cut off, and do whatever it takes to help you move forward. And sometimes, even if you're an adult and you're looking back at a situation that happened when you're a kid, even if you weren't believed or protected, it's never too late to do that for yourself. And just, you're gonna be okay. And everything, you can move past it. You can. I believe in you. It's difficult, and it's never going to end, especially if it's like a family member, or like, it doesn't matter. It sucks no matter what. But I believe in you. I'm here for you. And if you ever need someone to talk to, feel free to reach out to me. You got this. We got this. Okay, sorry. Back to this. Okay, so this next article. Sent to jail for raping a child, Dutch beach volleyball player qualifies for Paris Olympics representing the Netherlands. The Netherlands Olympic chief has said he is surprised. He is surprised at reactions towards Steven van de Velde, the Dutch beach volleyball player who served his time in prison for raping a child 10 years ago and who will represent the Netherlands at this year's Olympics. Van de Velde, who is now 29, was sentenced to 4 years in prison in 2014 for raping the girl who was aged 12, according to British media. He was released in 2017. He has now been selected to represent the Netherlands in beach volleyball for this summer's Olympic Games in Paris. And also, volleyball? Who gives a fuck about volleyball? You're gonna, make your country look like a disgrace because of volleyball for this stupid douchebag? I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. I said what I said and I meant it. Ugh. He has been active in international sports. He shouldn't be active in anything. He should be active in jail, bitch. He has been active in international sports, the beach volleyball world, for a long time. Well, he shouldn't have been. The Netherlands chief de mission told Dutch broadcaster in an interview that aired on Sunday. He's played in World Cups, European Championships, and World Championships. But then you see that things are different around the games. That things are exaggerated around the games. I think that maybe, somehow, some way, someone caught wind of this, or like it just got exposed, or maybe it's because the Olympics are probably, I personally, not that I know sports, but the biggest sports thing of all. So you're putting yourself on quite a big platform there. So, and nothing is exaggerated, okay? Nothing is exaggerated. He admitted to it. 12-year-old girl when he was 29 years old. I mean, I don't know. I'm just alleging. I'm just thinking. I only took, one semester of criminology, but I'm not claiming to be, a know-it-all or whatever, but my intuition or whatever, but, my one semester of criminology makes me think that, a 29-year-old that would have sex with a 12-year-old, that's fucked up as fuck. That he would rape that 12-year-old girl as a 29-year-old. I really struggle to see that could maybe just be a one-off situation, or that there aren't either other really messed up things about this person, or that they wouldn't do other abusive things towards people. Again, I don't know. This is allegations. This is my mind is because it is such a fucked up situation. I think that this person is a danger to society. That's my opinion. My opinion. Anyways, where was I? Oh God. Oh my God. Sometimes I really truly question humanity. This is one of those times. I can't even. Someone gonna do something about this? I don't know, United Nations, somebody, something. Help. Van den Hoogenband's comments come after public reactions to Van de Velde's selection to represent the Netherlands, including from other Olympic participants. While refusing to discuss specific cases in terms of other countries' choices for their national team, Australian chef de mission Anna Maris said on Sunday, if an athlete or staff member had that conviction, they would not be allowed to be a member of our team. We have stringent policies on safeguarding within our team. We know Stephen's history, Michael Everard. Wow, you should have kept that to yourself, bitch. General Director at Nevobo, the Dutch Volleyball Federation, said in a statement at the time of Van de Velde's selection in late June. And also, you want to know why you should have kept that shit to yourself? Because if, God forbid, if he ever did something again, especially when working for you, and you admit that you knew of his history, you could be potentially held liable. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying allegedly if that did happen. So why the fuck would you put yourself in a position to potentially be held liable if, God forbid, he ever did something similar again? That's the stupidest thing. There's other volleyball players. Are you for real? Everard? Hold on. Everard said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Just keep scrolling. I'm sorry, guys. This is really heavy. Very heavy. Sorry. Everard said the Federation spoke extensively with the Dutch National Olympic Committee and Van de Velde before his return to the sport. He was convicted at the time, according to English law, and he has served his sentence. From then on, we have been in constant contact with Stephen, who has now been fully reintegrated into the Dutch volleyball community. Everard said in the statement. Van de Velde served some of his sentence in England before being transferred to the Netherlands, where he was released and returned to playing in 2017, according to Nevobo. I wonder what the laws are like in Netherlands. So, what do you call that? Like when they expedited? No, I can't remember. Anyways, whatever. Okay, moving on. In 2018, Van de Velde told national broadcaster NOS, "I did what I did. I can't take it back, so I'll have to carry the consequences." Oh, really? The consequences? Consequences? The consequence should have been you not being able to be in the fucking Olympics. Doesn't sound like a consequence to you. To me, I should say. But I guess you can judge, of course. Bitch, I am judging. I am judging. It is the biggest mistake of my life. Okay. And how do you think that makes that poor little girl? Well, I guess she's not a little girl anymore. But how do you think that makes her feel to see or to read this shit? Oh, we know what he did. He did his time. There's no... You should be locked up in a special place, kept away from women and children. There should be a special place reserved for pieces of shit like you. I'm just gonna call it like I see it. Oh, he is proving to be an exemplary professional and human being, and there has been no reason to doubt him since his return. Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds like a real stand-up guy. The Federation noted that Van de Velde was aware that this black period in his life would resurface, but is obviously not happy. My heart breaks for his victim. Imagine reading this black period in his life. You're not the victim here. The girl that you raped is the victim. Black period in your life. Your life? You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, how do you even look at yourself in the mirror? I hope your mom disowns you. I hope your mom never can look at you in the eye. You are a disgusting, disgraceful piece of shit. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I said what I said and I meant it. In the statement released by Novobo, Van de Velde said he is grateful for the chance. You know, it would be really great if the victim got something cool like this, if she got a chance to, perform in one of the biggest public forums possible. What are her chances? What is she going to get out of this? What are the chances that she is being given? I understand that the run up to the biggest sporting event in the world can attract the attention of international media, added Van de Velde. Because of the second chance I got from my parents, my friends, acquaintances, and colleagues who accepted me again after the biggest misstep of my then young life. Oh my God. Okay. Let's just read. I thought he was 29, right? Let's see. No, he's now 29. I don't know. I don't care how old he was. I don't care. I don't care. I'm also grateful to the Dutch Volleyball Federation because they offered me, with clear conditions and agreements, a future in this beautiful sport again. But I also think back to the teenager I was, who was insecure, not ready for life as a top-class athlete, and unhappy inside because I didn't know who I was and what I wanted. Oh, you were insecure? Your victim is traumatized. No one feels sorry for you. At least no one with a heart and a brain. Nivebo and the Dutch NOC said in a statement that they supported Van de Velde, adding that they, along with the FIV, whatever that means, had consulted experts who considered his chance of recidivism nil. Okay, so riddle me this. If you think that his chance of recidivism, which means like repeat offending, isn't nil, why wouldn't you let him stay with the other athletes? Because there's zero chance he could be a repeat offender, right? Or is it possible that maybe you just care more about maybe winning a game as opposed to the pain and suffering that this evil, in my opinion, evil man caused a girl? And joke's on you. You made your country and your stupid Federation Dutch volleyball look stupid as fuck and worse. You would have been better off picking up. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know sports. I don't know if he's like great, but is any volleyball player good enough to warrant this negative publicity, liability, and press? And you must, on some level, think he is also a liability because you didn't let, or somebody, or thought he was not safe enough to be staying with the other athletes. The youngest athlete was 11 years old. So, the math ain't mathin'. After his conviction and sentence, Steven Velde returned to the highest level of sport step by step under the expert guidance of probation and coaching, among others. I really would be interested to know what the laws, or lack thereof, are in Netherlands, because this is insane. Unprecedented. He has been participating in international tournaments again since 2017. Wow, that's not a flex. The Dutch NOC added that Van de Velde returned to professional sport on the basis of its guidelines, which sets out, among other things, the conditions under which athletes in top-level sports can return after a conviction. Oh, my God. Oh, I can't even. Van de Velde now meets all the qualification requirements for the Olympic Games and is therefore part of the team, the committee said. The International Olympic Committee told CNN that the nomination of individual team members following qualification on the field of play is the sole responsibility of each respective National Olympic Committee. Therefore, we would refer to the Dutch NOC for any further information. Brucey Colin, CEO for the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, said in a statement sent to CNN that the organization was deeply concerned that anyone convicted of sexually assaulting a minor could participate in the 2024 Olympic Games. With teams from around the world about to convene in Paris, many of which include minor athletes, this sends a dangerous message that medals and money mean more than their safety. Participation in sport is a privilege, not a right. In fact, participation in society is a privilege, not a right. You should be behind bars. Let's see if I can get this working now. For fuck's sake. I don't know. This is very, very concerning. This is something that actually happened. Why is a convicted child rapist allowed to compete in the Olympic Games? Dutch beach volleyball player Steven Van de Velde, who raped British girl 12, was allowed to represent his country after assessment by home committee. The Dutch Olympic Committee's decision to pick child rapist Steven Van de Velde to compete for Paris 2024 has baffled and caused anger among many. But despite sexual offenses limiting your chances of working in many professions, there are no rules stating a person with a criminal record cannot compete in the Olympic Games. Convicted sex offender Van de Velde could still achieve his sporting dreams this summer despite raping a British 12-year-old girl in 2014 and being sentenced to 4 years in prison. The Dutch volleyball player, 29, served 12 months in England for the crime and was transferred to the Netherlands to serve another month before. So he didn't even serve the full term he was sentenced to. The sportsman was completely aware of the child's age when he flew to meet her in England after the pair connected on Facebook. Yet, despite the judge, who handed him his sentence, claiming his hopes of representing his country are shattered. Velde is still doing so in the Olympics. Remember that face. Face of a demon. The International Olympic Committee said the choice of athletes for the Olympics was selected by individual committees. Meanwhile, the Dutch Olympic Committee said Velde returned to the arena following a specialist treatment program. It said Velde has fully engaged with all requirements and has met all the stringent risk assessment thresholds, checks, and due diligence. Experts have stated that there is no risk of recidivism. Who's the experts? Would love to know who they are. Did you pay those experts? Who's following up? Who's doing the due diligence on the experts? Velde has consistently remained transparent about the case, which he refers as the most significant misstep of his life. I mean, sure shit, hope he didn't do anything worse than that. Fuck. He deeply regrets the consequences of his actions for those involved. Pieter van den Hoogenband, Netherlands chief de mission, also spoke about the situation while speaking on Dutch TV. He's not going to downplay his conviction, he said. We have to respect that. I don't respect anything about this motherfucker. And help him as a member of the team to be able to perform. He has been active in international sport and the world of beach volleyball for a long time. Yeah, he shouldn't be. He has participated in World Cups, European Championships, but you see around the games it is different. Things are amplified around the games. We have taken good steps together. All the athletes are dear to me and I try to support them. Velde's participation in the sport met guidelines set by the Dutch Volleyball Federation, the NOCC said. Sarah Bergman, CEO of Rape Crisis England and Wales, said, "It is shocking that you can rape a child and still compete in the Olympics." Yeah, for sure. People have been disqualified for far less. Ms. Bergma has urged the IOC to conduct an investigation into how this is possible. Anna Mears, the Australian Olympics team chief, said a convicted rapist would not be selected by her country. She said, "If an athlete or staff member had the conviction, they would not be allowed to be a member of our team. We have stringent policies on safeguarding within our team." Okay. So I guess. Yeah, where's his face? Look, this douchebag's face. Well, this brings to light of how these kind of abusers just move in silence, move in the night, and people turn a blind eye. Usually, when the person is in whether it's sports, business, music, I don't know. When it's something that involves a lot of money, or a lot of attention, or a lot of press, people tend to turn a blind eye. And it's time that needs to end. Yes, people are capable of making mistakes, but this, while I can believe that, yes, you can feel sorry and maybe you will hopefully not ever do it again, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't face consequences. I believe that you should face consequences and that you should not be in a position of power or influence or anything to do with that. Never mind representing an entire country. That's Netherlands. Count your days. This is who you want to represent your country. This is what your country stands for. Remind me to never go to Netherlands, because clearly it's not going to be a safe space for women and children. And I don't know if you are maybe from Netherlands. I would love to hear your experiences there. And this is not geared towards people of Netherlands. I'm just gearing it towards this guy and all the people that, chose him to represent your country, and the people who turned a blind eye. And that's not just something that happens in the Netherlands. It happens probably around the world. Pretty sure. Probably, yeah. People silence. They turn a blind eye. And it's time for this to end. Enough is enough. These kinds of abusers should not be in positions of power or in influence and prestige and money. That's my opinion anyways. I think some things are unforgivable. Because I would not take that fucking chance, take that risk. Because, yeah, who knows? Maybe you won't ever do it again. But are you really going to take that chance, take that risk if it's your daughter? I wouldn't if it was my daughter. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess it calls to attention that this is something that happens. It's something that needs to be addressed. This guy, canceled is not even like a word. Jailed, hopefully. He needs to be jailed. I mean, I guess he was, but not enough. He served almost like a quarter of his sentence, because he got sent back to Netherlands, did another month. They let him out. So, monsters walk among us. I'm sad, but it's the truth. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I guess just tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Have you been following this? This is the first I heard of it, and I immediately made this video. Very disturbing. So yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me if there's anything I should talk about. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it at that, I guess. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or morning, whichever the case may be. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.